bilateral knee replacement, your best recovery. If you are considering going for 2, this is the Facebook chat group for you. We have an incredibly active membership made up of many wonderful people who have already gone through a bilateral knee replacement. They have a lot to say about it. Of course, it's free to join. Search Facebook groups for bilateral knee replacement, your best recovery. You are most welcome to join the conversation and make the most of your bilateral knee replacement surgery.
Welcome to The Bee's Knees, a podcast full of articles, interviews, clinical studies, and advice about knee surgery, physical therapy, and life after knee surgery.
Hi, everyone. This is Mary Elliott from X10 Therapy. You know what I'd like to talk to you about today is motivation, right? How do you get motivated, and how do you stay motivated? Are there certain areas in your life that you'd like change, right? That you'd like to create some change in, and you feel stuck? You know, maybe there's things that you've wanted to change now for years, right? But you don't see any improvement. How you move forward in an area of your life that's really causing you pain or unhappiness. I think one of the big things is if you can tap into your passion. And here's the thing about passion. You know, what I've learned from counseling so many people throughout my life is some people lose their passion, right? They go through life and encounter disappointment after disappointment, and so they harden their heart. They harden their heart. They stop believing in good happening for them. Sometimes they stop believing that they deserve good, right? They are so embedded in the past and past mistakes, past disappointments, that they shut down. They stop dreaming. They stop believing. So if you're in that space, you know, you can overcome that. I've helped many people overcome that. But first, you know, you have to sit down and commit to yourself, listen, I know, and this is the truth, and you can't deny this, nobody controls what you think about or what you believe. You're the boss there. Nobody controls that, only you. So if you're holding on to some beliefs that are disempowering you, that make you feel weak, that make you feel sad, why are you holding on to them, right? Why are you holding on to them? Does that make any sense? Is that going to help you move forward by holding on to something that creates all those ugly emotions in you? No, right? No, so you need first off to recognize where you're at emotionally and in your belief system of your goal. What do you believe are obstacles for you? Okay, once you figure that out, then you start working on changing your beliefs so that they support you moving forward, right? Like an example, like if I want to lose weight, for example, and I've tried, and this is typical of all of us, I think, out there, you try diet after diet after diet after diet, you lose weight, then you gain it back. You lose weight, then you gain it back. Well, if I let that kill my belief that I can get to my goal weight, I'm never going to move forward, right? I have to get up. Remember, it's only the last time that I go on that last diet or goal plan to get to my goal weight. That's all I need to succeed, right? So I have to keep myself in a place where I'm dreaming, right? Where I can visually see myself. I'm using my imagination to create hope and faith and passion about my goal, right? So if it's weight loss, for instance, right, you want to spend time every day picturing what you want, right? What lights your fire? What feels good when you think about it? That's the path that you need to ignite within you, right? And if you're stuck, let's say, moving forward, you know you need your knees done, but maybe there's something holding you back, some belief that's holding you back that you can get your knees done and get your active life back, All right, because, I know all of you who are listening are dealing with knee replacement, considering knee replacement, or you're in the recovery phase. Well, again, you want to stand firm in a vision for yourself, walking again with no pain, with ease, and with a smile on your face, where you're out in nature and you're smelling the beautiful smells of nature, and you're seeing the pretty blue sky with the fluffy white clouds, and you're hearing the leaves rustling in the wind, and you're in the present moment and enjoying it and feeling such gratitude for that. Right? Now that's an empowering vision for yourself. And that can light your fire. So if you're in recovery and you hit a snag and you start, oh my God, getting disheartened and start disbelieving that, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to recover from this. I don't know if I can handle this recovery of knee replacement, because we all know knee replacement can be very painful and can create a lot of fear within you, right? And can take you to a place where you start losing faith in accomplishing your goal. Well, hold on. The easiest time to rein yourself back in before you get in too deep, embedded in thoughts and beliefs that disempower you, is when they first start. So be very mindful when you're working towards a goal and accomplishing it, where your thoughts are. Okay? And I've read this several times. Our beliefs are created by our thoughts that we have over and over and over again. And did you know a typical person has about 90% of their thoughts today are the same thoughts they had yesterday? Okay, so that's why you get stuck, right? Because you continue thinking and believing in the same stuff. Well, to create change, you need to change your beliefs about that situation, because it's your beliefs that and your thought patterns that are holding you back. All right, so step one, you have to be aware of where your current beliefs are for the goal that you want to create. Are they empowering? Do your beliefs fill you with passion, excitement, a sense of adventure, right? If they're not, clean that up. Take some time, the time that you need to realize where you're at with your beliefs. Write them down, right? So you know where you're currently at and what you need to change. And then start changing them, even if it's little by little. Let's say with weight loss, because that's something everybody can relate to. All right, maybe you can't believe you can take off, let's say if your goal is 50 pounds. Right? I lost 90 pounds. So what I would do when I was trying to lose 90 pounds, I took them 10 pounds at a time, because to picture that whole goal was overwhelming to me at the time. But I did believe I could lose 10 pounds, right? That was believable for me. So I fed that, right? I fed that, and I would make my goal, all right, Mary, let's get 10 pounds off. And then once I took those 10 pounds, all right, let's get another 10 pounds off, right? And now I have this recent experience feeding, right, and fueling my faith in myself and my walking towards my goal successfully. So keep in mind to stay motivated and to create motivation, right? It helps if you're excited. And let's say you are so worn out and so centered in disbelief that there's no passion. You have just gone numb. I see this in a lot of people. They stop dreaming because it hurts too much. They relate dreaming with disappointment and unhappiness, and they don't want to hurt anymore, so they shut it down. Well, if you're that person, okay, well, let's make little steps here for you. Why don't you start moving forward on things you're just curious about, right? Because that's your inner self, your inner intuition and inner knowingness that's nudging you, right, in the right direction. And if you start moving forward on things that create curiosity in you, wow, see what happens, right? And see then your passion coming back, because it will, I guarantee it. Okay, so motivating yourself and creating that motivation and that desire and helping it to be strong is great, and you want to get there, but sometimes we need to take baby steps to get there. So to me, that's where you need to start, and I do believe that we create everything that we're experiencing. We created by our thoughts, by our choices. I do feel powerful And I'd like you to feel powerful too, because when you stop looking at a situation as, why is this happening to me, and put a different spin on it, like, oh my goodness, this is happening for me, for my growth. Because in nature, what stops growing dies. And you know what? You and I are very much alive, and we will always, every day, continue to have a thirst for growth, right? Growth, change. That's what we're all about, creating things. We're very creative beings. That feeds our soul, right? Feeds us happiness. So my suggestion is write it down, know where you're currently at with your belief system about your goal. And then if it's not a belief system that supports you moving forward and fuels you with confidence and enthusiasm, then start working on changing those beliefs. And once you do that, you'll intuitively know what the right steps are to take. And I always say, make decisions based on love. If you're coming from a place of love, that is a very strong decision for yourself. If you're coming from a place and you're making decisions based on fear, weak decision, weak path. Okay, so stay centered in what is love, right? Love is patience, it's confidence, it's appreciation. Stay centered in that space, because when you do emotionally, you attract such good things to yourself, and you make better decisions for your paths, okay? So I highly suggest you be very mindful of your thought patterns, your beliefs, and, where are you making your choices from, right? Make them from your strength, which is always love. And, what I practice daily, too, is I am always reading. I have a Kindle. I have that Kindle in my hand at some point during the day, whether it's first thing in the morning, one of the last things I do at night, and I'm always reading inspirational things, right? I continually feed my mind and my heart with good things, right? And then I watch who I surround myself with, right? Who I surround myself with, I make sure are people who have high integrity, who are loving, centered in love, who are honest, people I respect, right? And people who are also trying to create good, right? You want to surround yourself with like-minded people, because who you hang around with can either bring you down or raise you up. So be mindful of who you're listening to and working with and creating with on a daily basis, because that does affect your outcomes too, right? So you may need to clean that area up in your life in order to move forward in your goal. I love us all. I love our world. I think, and if I ever center in a space where I just feel real stuck and I'm in an ugly mood, whether it's sadness or anger or whatever it is, first off, our emotions are truly a part of us, right? They're legitimate. They're authentic. Your emotions need to be honored, whether it's happiness and love or whether it's unforgiveness and anger. Those are emotions that deserve space and deserve to be felt. And I'm going to lay something on you here too. When situations come into your life and create anger within you or fear or sadness, there's hidden gifts in those situations. I truly believe that when those situations occur in your life, it's to help you filter some junk inside of you emotionally that you didn't process correctly the first time around when you felt them. So let's say somebody comes into my life and makes me angry, really makes me angry, right? Okay, I honor that. I recognize that I'm angry. I allow the space I need to feel the anger. And here's the thing. True suffering comes in when I keep talking about my anger, creating a story behind it, like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that to me. What kind of friend treats a friend like that? Blah, 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 blah. If you keep doing that, keep continuing creating more anger within you, right? How are you going to deal with that? Your anger is going to climb to such a level that you cannot process it again. You're going to have another time that you've dealt with anger that you can't deal with. And guess what? to protect yourself, you'll repress it, and now you're carrying around the anger that you had from the past, and now this new anger, right, in your energy. But if I choose, when somebody creates anger within me, that situation, when a situation arises in my life and I feel angry, if I choose in that moment to honor my angry emotions and just allow myself to feel them, guess what? If I just sit there with it and just allow myself to feel angry and not judge it, not judge me, not judge the situation, the other person, if I just sit there and choose to feel my anger, guess what? All of a sudden, it leaves me. And I feel so much lighter and uplifted and happier. I highly suggest you do that, because suffering comes when we have a situation or an emotion that is tough, like sadness or grief or anger or unforgiveness, and we keep feeding it with our thoughts and our words, right? You keep doing that, you're only going to make it grow. Really? Is that being loving to yourself? Learn to love you, and part of that is honoring you, the situations that come into your life, and the feelings you're feeling, and create harmony and peace within you, right? Only you can do that. It doesn't happen on the outside. This is an inside fix that you need to create for yourself. And that's a great recipe to create a lot of healing within you and to move forward and live your life. I live my life happy. I am centered in peace and faith and hope and adventure. I wake up every morning thinking, I believe in God. So I wake up every morning thinking, God, thank you for this gift. You've given me another day to laugh within, to share my love, share my joy with others. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And I live my day that way. And throughout the day, sure, I have times where I get angry and people anger me, or I'm centered in grief or sadness or fear. But as soon as I recognize I'm there, at that moment, I recognize I'm there, and then I start feeding myself good things. And I have things that I say to myself that help me get out of those ugly feelings. And, let me give you an example. I'll say, you know what, Mary, this situation isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. And then I'll say, hey, Mary, what can you learn from this situation? What is this situation teaching you? What can you learn from this? Come on, you want to grow. You're on a path of growth and adventure, and what can you learn from the situation? What is this person teaching you right now? And when I think thoughts like that, right, it's easy for me to slip out of anger and unforgiveness and grief and sadness because I can see a whole different perspective on the situation that's much lighter. It's much more beautiful, right? So honestly, I would center myself. My advice to you in the beginning of this year, 2020, hey, be good to you. Read good things that inspire you. Check in to see where your beliefs are and your thought patterns are and clean them up. Make them lighter and full of love and confidence and inspiration. Be loving to you. And here's the most beautiful part of all of this. If you really want to change our world, if you're unhappy in the direction our world is going in, listen, change starts with you. You cannot give what you do not have. So the more peace and love you have inside of you, the more peace and love you share with others, because you have it to share. Right? You have it to share. The air you breathe out, I'm breathing in. Right? The air I breathe out, you're breathing in. So let's be good to one another. Right? Let's inspire one another. Let's start this year full of awareness and dreaming again and using our imagination to create beliefs and excitement and enthusiasm in our lives to move forward powerfully, right? I wish you all that this year will turn out better than you ever imagined, and that you take a total shift if there's a shift that needs to be made, where you get unstuck in areas that you've been stuck in and you move forward full of faith and hope and a lot of joy. All right, well, that's all I have to share. I wrote a blog about this, but be good to you and know that Even though I don't know who you are, I am sending you lots of love.
We'd like to thank a few friends of the Bee's Knees podcast, including the Knee Pain Guru, natural solutions for chronic knee pain without drugs, shots, surgery, or painful physical therapy. For more info, visit thekneepainguru.com. We're also brought to you by X10 Therapy. And special thanks to Dr. Justin Trosclair at the podcast A Doctor's Perspective Podcast.
If you plan to go to China for business or pleasure, the main thing that you have to master is the dinner culture. Things like the lazy Susan, should you drink, how to use chopsticks, where am I supposed to sit, gaining and losing face. I'm Dr. Justin Trosclair, and after 5 years of working in China, I took all my knowledge and wrote a book about it. You can find it at adoctorsperspective.net/Chinabook and on Amazon. And while you're at it, take a listen to the podcast, adoctorsperspective.net, where I interview doctors of all specialties, talk about successes, marketing, struggles, and all those types of topics you don't normally hear.
The Knee Store. If you're having a knee done, you just may want to share that news with the world. If so, we've got a mug, t-shirt, or awesome tote for that. Visit the Knee Store on cafepress.com. Shop for the perfect item that reflects your feelings about getting back to a full life after a successful knee replacement surgery. Visit cafepress.com/the Knee Store. Great prices, fun and unique stuff.
The Bee's Knees podcast comes to you from our studio in Lower Manhattan, New York City. We're here week in and week out shedding light on all aspects of knee surgery and recovery. To reach us, send an email to thebeeskneespodcast@gmail.com.